Timmy and T, yeah, we raising the bar. Every sip's an adventure, we shooting for stars. Cut those wheels, take the scene, now we gliding in style. From the vineyards to the lounge, we redefining the mile. 4092 the base, where the legends reside. Mixing vibes, not just drinks, it's the culture we provide. Tuesday libations, Wednesday we scrutinize. Catch the flavor, feel the energy, we on the rise. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl T.
It's me, Halea.
Welcome to Adventures of Spirits. We are on the Star, and no, Timmy is not with us. Timmy is at home. It is mommy-daughter time. This is our trip, and it was our trip, and we didn't go live none of the trip because we just wanted to spend time with each other, do what we needed to do. We did take a lot of footage. There will be a lot of vlogs and videos and shorts and all those things coming up. But we wanted to take this time on our last night of the Star of the Seas to give y'all our honest review, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to snatch her up to be able to sit down with me to actually do a review. So I want to snatch her up while we here. See how she look at me. Anyway, thank y'all for joining in. I know this was a last minute live. Usually I have my stuff scheduled, but we figured let's see how the day goes. And if it didn't go well, then we would have just did the live from the house when we got back. But let's see who is in the chat. We got TJ Destinations in the house. What's up, TJ? How's it going? How's it going? We got Daryl in the house. What's up, DT Cruiser? Whoop, whoop. How's it doing? How's it doing? We got House of X in the house. How's it going? How's it going? We got let's see. We got TCT in the house, also known as Travel Cake Trips. What's going on, Kathy? How's it going? How's it going? We got Big Murph. Oh, Big Murph, guess what? I did my crown and I did 3 times. 3 times. And guess what? And that video will be coming up tonight. So just be looking out for that. Okay. That is coming out. So Parkers did it once. Big Murph did it twice. Your girl did it 3 times. I'm going to need somebody to do 4. I'm going to need somebody to do 4 times. Because let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. The first time you do it, it's like them little star steps. Those get you because it's like, I don't want to stand this way because I don't know if I can balance myself, but I don't want to shimmy because I don't know how sturdy these daggone star steps are. But after I did it the second time, the third time, it was a breeze, not a problem at all. So the first one around, she recorded, but Royal Caribbean also recorded. But the second and the third time, Royal Caribbean did not record, but my camera person right here, she actually recorded everything. So, yeah, Big Murph, don't worry, because I was supposed to do it on day 4, but they actually canceled because, again, of the wind shear. They said it has to be 5 point blah, 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 and it's 6 point such and such, and we can't have you doing it because...
They said it was 7.
It was somewhere up in 6 or 7.
Yeah, they said it's 7. It was 7 something, and they said the max would do it with like 6.
Okay, so it's like 1 shear away from each other. But I can tell you, the reason why I say that is because when they drop you and you swing, it's all about physics. It's all about momentum. So if the wind is blowing you back, now you're not going to swing all the way back to the ship. You're just going to be hanging up over the ocean, and then they got to come do a rescue. And that's something that they don't want to do. So just so you know, that is a thing. So if you do schedule the Crown Edge when you do get on, it's not best. You would think the best time to do it is at port. It all depends on how the mountains are and how the wind is impacting the ship where you are. Where we were, there was a lot of mountains. We was in the Virgin Islands. So when it was at port, you could not do it. Now, if you was at Coco Cay, you can do it. But if you was at St. Thomas, St. Martin, which is where we were, do not schedule it on a port day. Go ahead and schedule it when they're out, like when they leave the port, because they'll schedule you later in the evening. And then, but I wasn't about to swing up over the daggone water when it was dark. That wasn't happening. Or you can schedule it any other day, like a sea day, just so you'll know. So yeah, Big Murph, I got you. Let me see, everybody saying hello to each other. Hold on a second. I think I skipped over. Hold on. We got Paul in the house. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Good evening. TCT said we may be on the wrong time schedule, Eastern time. Oh, you know what? You're right, because here the ship says 5:30. I don't know what time it is where y'all at, but I scheduled it with the hopes that this was the time that it would be Eastern Standard Time. Let me know if that's not the case. But I did try and schedule it where it was 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Said Big Murph said Tanya must still be stuck on the ship. Whatever. What's up, Danny D? What's going on? Hold on. I'm sorry, Danny. That thing popped up. Hey, Danny. Hope everything's going good with you. Everybody saying hello. Not much at Paul. Okay. Oh my God. Finally. Okay. They have their own little conversation in the chat. Let me just move on ahead.
Oh, that's in the chat.
Oh, hubby is in the chat. Pretty Timmy is in the chat. What's up, honey? How you doing? How's it going? Do you miss us? I'm sure you do. Don't worry, we'll be home tomorrow. Make sure you're at the airport on time.
Yeah, because our flight time got changed. I texted Dad about it. I was like, because remember you said it was supposed to be 1 something.
I think it was 1 something.
And now it's like 3. And then instead of the flight being 1 hour like it was going to Orlando.
Well, don't forget we were looking at boarding time.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at boarding time, not the actual flight. So that's probably what the difference was. Yeah, 3:45.
Yeah, we want to get there to like 4:56. I'm like,
we're gonna be out there for a little while, but that's okay because we'll be in Orlando, so we may be able to do some things while we, check our luggage in, and then just do stuff and so forth. No bad. Let me see. Big Murph said, I guess not cruising for a week is considered a while for you, TJ. Look, TJ was out there cruising forever. He cruised the whole summer. I don't know what he did. What you do, TJ? You just book back to backs. I didn't know that many ships was traveling out of California, but I do know that you did some on the East Coast side. So, what's up, Keisha? Beautiful. How you doing? We also got Yudi. Hey, Yudi, how you doing? Thank you for being in here. It's good to see you. Look, I know that name. I only know one. How's it going? What's that? We can't see you, Halea. What you mean you can't see? Oh, you know why? We have both. Lean my way a little bit. We have both versions on, TJ, and you're probably on the vertical one. You need to click on the horizontal one. That's what you need to click on. What's up, McKinley? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Let me see. Paul said, am I booked for Legend Tanya? No, we are not booked. I am waiting for an offer. Trust me, I'll get one. I will get one. When I get one, then I will book it. And I will do it. From what I'm hearing is it's almost like they are combining the icon items. Ooh, we got somebody at the door. Hold on a second.
Good evening. Sorry to bother you. I have something for you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Have a good evening, guys.
All right. Thank you. Oh, we got a gift. Hold on. What is this from? DeZanti Italia Pinot Grigio. Okay, it's a Pinot Grigio. Ooh, from Casino Royale. Compliments of Casino Royale. And they bought me some wine. Of course, they bring it on last night. They should have brought me a Sauvignon Blanc. They knew what I was drinking most of the trip. But anyway, thank you, Casino Royale, if you're watching. But if I do get an offer, Paul, we will book it. But it probably, hopefully, we won't be sailing it to 2027 though. We would love to sail it in 2027 because what I hear is the railway that's on Utopia, the railway, what is the name of the something railway or railway something? I can't remember the name, but basically it's the railway dinner experience. They actually are putting that on the Legend. So I'm like curious to know, how is that gonna go? So if they do that, definitely would do that with an offer, but I am not gonna be paying. We paid for the Icon the first time we went, and that was a discounted rate. And you know what, Haley, let's move back a little bit so then they can see us in the vertical one. And you just have to lean over a little bit. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, we paid for that one, but that one was a good deal still with the military and the discounts that we had. But the second Icon was an offer. The Star here was an offer, Casino Royale for both of them. So I just got another offer. And I'm moving the paper real fast so y'all can't be scanning my barcode. But anyway, I'll see if I can use that towards the Legend, and we'll see what happens with that. So if so, probably won't be sailing to 2027. I don't do inaugurals. I would probably do more inaugurals if I live near the ports, but we don't live near the ports, and 6 hours is not near the port. And where is Legend? I don't know exactly where Legend is. Legend is supposed to port out of. I don't know if it's supposed to port out of Orlando once it comes over here, or Miami, or Tampa, or Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. Somebody put in the comments. But if it ports out of Orlando, it's a drive. It's just a drive. But if it's like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the answer is no. We would have to fly in, and that won't be till 2027. Let me see. I'm in the chat, so trying to put me out of the fun. Ain't nobody trying to keep you out the fun. Let me see. Yes, Danny, we did meet Chris and Liz. So let's get into our list because I wanted to say hey to everybody. Hold it. I wanted to say hey to everybody that was in the chat. Let me get to my story. I'll get to the story, Danny, in a minute. Thank you so much, Wanston. Thank you. You said we look lovely. Hey, Tish, how you doing? Happy birthday. Sorry we're not there to help celebrate your birthday. Let me see. Big Mer said, no way you beat me. I got to see the video as proof. Oh, trust me. Did they score you? Did they scare you? Like they tried to start talking about, oh, did you check the harness? We think it's a little loose and all that type of stuff. And I was like, don't play me. Don't play with me. I was scared. Heifer was scared the first time, right? I was scared.
No,
I was scared.
They got her when they were counting down and they let her go on 3 instead of 1.
I wasn't paying them. I wasn't paying no mind with the counting though. Mm-hmm. I was already braced when I stepped on that Royal Caribbean thing. I was holding on. I wish I need to have gloves. I probably got calluses on my hands from holding on to the lanyard so hard. I was holding on for dear life. Even though I'm seated in the harness, I did not trust it. I was holding on, and I was just standing there. He was like, "You ready?" I'm like, "I ain't paying attention to you. I seen what you did to the other people. I'm ready now. I don't care how you counting. I'm ready now." He was trying to distract me, and that wasn't happening. But yes, I did beat you, Murph. I'm sorry. I did beat you, and I got evidence. Yes, I did. What's up? How you doing? Where's Lily Kid? How's it going? Let me see. We got Bill in the house. What's up, Bill? Armstrong Adventures. Bill is in the house. I don't know why this keep going up so fast. Be patient. I am trying to be patient. Well, that makes sense. Ain't nobody got time to be hanging and not swinging all the way ground. Exactly. Let me see. We got Cam Facts in the house. What's going on?
It's the correct time.
Oh, it's the correct time. Thank you so much, Murph. Thank you so much. Ooh, this is a long name. Hey, how you doing? Anfield Road layout in the loft. Okay, sound like you relaxing. Your name sounds like you're relaxing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Let me see. I just don't want to miss anybody. Hold on. I think it's pouring out of Tampa. Okay. If it's pouring out of Tampa, that's just a drive then. Fort Lauderdale will be where the Legend of the Seas will be. Okay. Well, Paul, Big Murph, let me know which one it is. There is a 3-day cruise for Legend of the Seas next year. 3-day. Who the hell want to do a 3-day on a big ship like that? I know it costs some money. Who is paying that money for 3 days? I'm not. I wouldn't even use my offer for 3 days. Like they offered us to go on the Star of the Seas inaugural sailing. Why am I gonna use my offer for free for it was 4 days, not 3 days, for 4 days when I get a whole week? Not doing that. We got Joe Hupp in the house. What's going on, Joe Hupp? Thank you for being here. Thank you. And we got HD in the house. What's going on, HD? How's it going? Okay. And field road layout in the loft. Name is Lee. What's up, Lee? Now I can do that because your handle is mighty long. So what's up, Lee? I will remember Lee. So okay. So let's talk about our review here. So and we wrote a little list because we didn't want to forget anything. So let's talk about the pre-cruise time frame, the pre-cruise lodging we did before. So we flew into Orlando. Actually, that was my first time ever flying into Orlando because usually we would drive into Orlando because usually TJ's with us, TJ's with us. And please know when I say TJ, I don't mean TJ Destination. TJ is what I call my husband. Y'all call him Timmy. I call him TJ. Okay. He's usually with us, but because it was just the girls together, he didn't want us driving by ourselves. So we decided to fly. Okay. And just so you know, it didn't cost us anything to fly. We used those points. So shout out to Rod, just to let you know that I do use my points with my cards and all the stuff that I use. And I recommend that if none of you have a card where you can get points for either lodging or flights, I recommend that you do so because it will actually save money, especially if you have an offer with your cruise, then your trip can really be free unless you're just paying for other incidental items, okay? We flew for free, flew Delta into Orlando. However, we had 2 hotels. Both of the hotels was paid for with reward points, just so you know. IHG for one of them and Marriott Bonvoy for the other ones. So those were 0 as well. And then we took an Uber from the hotel to the port. But just so you know, the first hotel we stayed at was right before Epic. So we wanted to stay closer to the Universal Studios area, basically. We did not stay on the actual Epic Universe property. I just didn't want to pay that type of money to just stay on there for one day. If it was like we was doing all of Universal Studios, I would have chosen one of the hotels at either Universal Studios or Epic Universe and did that. And then that way you can take the shuttle to and from all of the different parks and would have been worth the money. But we did stay close by. We were actually the hotel we stayed at was a DoubleTree. And DoubleTree is by Hilton, just so you know. Stayed at the DoubleTree, very nice, right? Would you agree? Did you like the hotel room at the DoubleTree?
Yeah. I thought it would have like a microwave or something. It didn't have one.
You said a microwave?
Yeah, it didn't have a.
Sorry, y'all. We moved back away from the microphone, so we just gonna put our microphones on here just in case you don't hear us. But you said it because it didn't have a microphone. I mean, didn't have a microwave.
Yeah, so we couldn't like bring any like food or anything. The only time we brought like we were able to bring food was like when we went to the other hotel, and that's because they had like a kitchenette.
Okay. All right. In reference to the proximity of the park, if you wanted to go to Universal Studios, you just walked across the bridge because the hotel was literally right at the entrance of Universal Studios. So the walk would have been approximately about 12 minutes walk, but it's fine. But they also had shuttles. So you could just take the shuttle and ride on in there. It's just that if you were going there or coming back and you didn't want to wait for the shuttle, or you missed the shuttle, then you knew that you was in walking distance. Now, Epic Universe is a different story.
Yeah. So I think it's important to note that at the hotel, they do have shuttles that go to the specific Universal like parks and everything. They have a schedule for it. You need to go on like one of the 3 times. And if you miss those times, you better find your way. And it's the same thing for finding your way back. You have like all 3 times. If you don't make it to those 3 times, then you're just going to have to get an Uber.
Get an Uber or get something. So there is always a way. There's always a way to get to go back and forth to your hotel, but they do offer you a free shuttle for certain times. But you need to be there on time, because let me tell you, when we were leaving, the first thing the driver said when he got off there, and he was asking for a specific family because they were handicapped, and he had the wheelchair, the seats and everything ready, and the ramp and everything ready for them for when they come, because they were supposed to be there. And he waited for the time it took for all of us to get on, plus an extra 5 minutes. They didn't show up, so he was ghost. He was gone. I guess he said, well, I guess he just gonna roll his wheelchair back to the hotel.
And he was looking for him too, because he kept on standing outside the bus and kept looking around. I'm assuming at least for someone who had a wheelchair. But the thing about the shuttle is the last shuttle was up until like 8:40, and the park doesn't close until 10. So I don't know, who knows? Maybe they got lost. Maybe they were stuck on a ride and trying to just now making their way back. Who knows? Yeah.
The worst case scenario, they take an Uber back. That's it. They just have to, get in the seat, put the wheelchair. Hopefully, it's a foldable wheelchair. That's another thing. Because then that means I don't know how Uber does, if Uber has like a handicap, assistant, if you have an electric wheelchair or something. I don't know. But hopefully they get to it. Hopefully they got to where they need to get to. But in terms of lodging, we stayed at the DoubleTree. And we did Epic Universe. There will be a video on Epic Universe. Our vlog is specifically only related. It's not about our entire experience. It's basically about whether it's worth getting the pass, meaning the express pass. And I just want to tell you, it's definitely worth getting the express pass. So look out for that vlog. It'll tell you exactly how many minutes we were supposed to wait versus how many minutes we actually waited. And then the other things that we were able to do because we didn't have to wait those other time frames. And just to note, we did not get there when the park opened. We didn't even start our park excursion until 1:00 p.m. in the afternoon, which means we slept in, we ate some food, and then we started our park excursion. And we were gone before the 10 o'clock because we left on that 8:40 shuttle.
We left at like 11:35 for when we went to the park.
Right, to the park 11:35, but we went there and we ate first. So, but we didn't start the park until 1:00.
Yeah, we were in the
I'm talking about coming back.
Yeah, 8:40.
8:40. So, just to give you an idea, because if you didn't get the express pass, you would have had to been there when the park opened, all the way to when the park closed, and you may not have been able to do a bunch of things in between then. But after Epic, you have to check out the vlog for that. But you can ask some questions in the chat. After Epic, that night, we checked out of the DoubleTree and we went to stay at the original hotel we was going to stay at, which was closer to the port. And that was Town Place Suites. And that is under Marriott. So, and that one is close to the port. That was just basically like a 6-7 minute drive, Uber drive. You could take a shuttle. The hotel did have a shuttle, but you had to reserve it. I thought they just had continuous shuttles. Didn't know you had to reserve it. So we didn't take the hotel shuttle, but Town Place Suites by Marriott does have a shuttle to go to the actual Cape Canaveral port. And that's where we met Chris and Liz. They actually stayed up past their bedtime because by the time we got there, it was around 10 o'clock, 10:30. So it was very late, but I had lemon drops and they came to our room and we drank lemon drops. We even got Halea to drink a lemon drop with us. You'll see that on the vlog as well. And we sat and we chatted and we talked. There wasn't much footage because we was just enjoying ourselves. You will see some items. You'll probably see it in their, if you're a member of their channel, you'll see it in their membership. For us, it will be part of our vlog. We didn't have a lot of footage. I didn't even really have my camera out, but I did take some of those. But just so you know, they are the most sweetest, humorous, most inappropriate, jokingly people that you're ever going to meet, which is why I like them. But did you like Chris and Liz? Yeah. They because Liz was like, "Oh, come on, drink this lemon drop." So Halea actually joined us in drinking a lemon drop, and then she retreated and went in the bathroom and took a shower while we was out in our bed area just talking and stuff.
That was my goal anyway. I didn't expect them to be in the room with us because the bar closed.
I know, but the bar closed. So Halea was gracious enough to let me have my company in the room while she was getting ready for bed. But we enjoyed ourselves. We still was able to sleep in. I don't think they left until it was way past their time. They had to be on the ship about 10. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 maybe that they left our room. But their room was actually down the hall from us. So it was on the second floor. So they didn't have too far to go. So it was such a pleasure to meet them. I can't wait to see them again on the Unhinged Cruise. If you're not booked, go ahead and book it. It's not till 2027 in February. That was lodging. Epic, we talked briefly about that. You watched the log for that. Embarkation day for the Star. So because I've been on the Icon, I'm going to let Halea talk about how her experience was for the Star. Embarkation day, once we got to the port, what was your experience with the process of getting on the ship and everything?
I mean, it was no different than the other 2 times I've been on the Royal Caribbean cruise. Like, it's just really quick and easy. Like, as quick as you walk into the place, you're pretty much already making your way onto the boat.
Okay. Did you feel that there was enough, it was organized enough for people to know where to go and everything?
Yeah. I feel like the issue in terms of a little confusion may take place is when you're getting off the boat, because then you have to get your passport and stuff out. And everything, but it's just a large crowd, and then you got to fight through with people's luggage that they have in their hands and stuff. So it's just
okay. All right. What about once you got on the ship and crossed the threshold? What was your first thoughts when you walked into the actual Star of the Seas, into the actual big promenade?
Well, I didn't know it's a pearl until you brought it to my attention. I just thought it was like a part of the wall or something. I didn't know it was like kind of slap dab in the middle of like when you walk onto the fifth deck and everything. But I noticed it was a lot more spacious in terms of and I've only been on a Wander and Utopia. They were on Icon. I never been on Icon, but to me it was a lot more, the Star was a lot more spacious in terms of like the flooring and how much space there is in between like certain bars, certain like eating places and stuff.
Much wider.
Yeah. Because usually I know on the Wander, and I really did hate it because it's just like I was having fun, but it just seemed a bit too crowded. And I think what happened was there was like little bars like in between the walkways when you're like walking throughout the deck and everything. So because of that, there was like a lot less space for people to walk because they're trying to walk around the bars and stuff like that. But here on the Star, there's nothing in between, so it's just all walkway. So you're not all up on people unless there happens to be like a party or something like slap dab in the center of the deck, in which even then you still have quite enough room to walk around whatever is going on around that time.
So she was too worried about getting to the muster station. So she did not recognize that big, huge pearl smack dead in the middle of her face when she walked on there. Because her mind was on muster station, muster station, muster station.
That's the thing they tell you to do when you first get
I
on.
know
So
that's
I was
what
like,
you do,
let's
but
just
you
go.
should still bask in the
I
moment.
can bask after I
Bask
do the
in
mustard
the
thing.
moment.
I can bask after I do my safety stuff. That's like the number one thing you should be worried about anyway. Who cares about what you're looking at? Worry about your safety stuff and then be like, okay, now that that's out of the way, we can relax a little bit and then look at the scenery and look around. Because we talking about some, who will look bask in it? Who muster station? Where's B1 at?
Okay. So speaking of that, so what about the room? So just so you all know, normally we always have either a window or a balcony. This time it was an interior. And as y'all can see, the interior was very nice. It's well lit. But I can tell you when these lights are off,
It's dark.
it is dark. It's dark like, where are my feet? Where's my hands? The only light you're gonna see is the little night light they have in the bathroom.
That time it turned off
Basically.
the light and it turned off both of the lamps by our bedside
Right.
as well. So it was just pitch black darkness. And I was like, ooh, and you're just over talking about, so turn on the lamp. Mind you, I'm by the bathroom because I had to get up out the bed. I'm the one on the bed closest to the wall. And I had to physically get up to turn off the light switch because mom didn't want to get out the bed.
But
So
I
that
didn't. But guess what? I didn't know that the light switch over here by my bed turned all the lights on
It
until
does?
last night. Yes,
Why the heck does it do
I
that?
did. It does it. I guess it's so you don't have to get up
Go
to cut
touch it.
off the light. I'm not gonna touch it. We on live.
I'm
No lights don't go off.
I'm going to go touch it.
No, not that one. Talking about this one. I'll touch it.
I'll touch it.
Lord,
I'm already up. You got it.
No, I promise you. Hit it again. Is there two of them over there? No, the gray square.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
there you go.
And then we had the lamp on, so it wasn't in total darkness, but
Yeah, not too bad. It wasn't too bad, but it was fine. It was the best sleep we ever had. We actually slept in every day. We did not leave out this room until 12 or 1 o'clock every day.
now
So did we eat breakfast? We ordered room service the first day here. We attempted to go to breakfast this morning. That didn't work. So we slept in most of the days.
that's my type of vacation, so that's me.
Now I don't mind sleeping in, but I just feel like 11, 12 o'clock, you should be out. You should be out the room by then, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on, because most of the things that are going on is during the day. If you wait until about 1 or 2 o'clock to leave your room, you've probably missed 3 to 4 hours of activities that you can't get back, right? But it's fine. I've been on here, but I've been on Icon before, so moving at her pace on what she wanted to do was just fine with me. Because the next time I come on an Icon class ship, whether it's Icon or Star, I can actually literally just relax. I don't have to be running to the shows. I don't have to be running to experience this or that. I can say I've done that. I'm just here to relax, and then I get in the water, because this was actually the first trip. The bathing suit I didn't even take the bathing suit out. We didn't even touch the water.
No.
We didn't do the water park or nothing. I think that when I come again, and I will, whether it's Star or Icon, my plan will be to get on the water slides and enjoy all the water activities. I think that I'll do that next
I
time.
was saying, because we were talking about it earlier, and I was basically saying the same. It's just I would want to go in a time to where there wouldn't be as many kids, because even though it's kind of in the middle of December, like before Christmas and everything, there's still quite a bit of kids on this boat, at least in my standards, in terms of like my expectations of how many there would be when school is still in session. But they over here talking about some, was on the first day before they dropped the balloon, talk about some here's to no work, no school, and there are so many cheers when there was no school. I'm like, y'all gotta go back.
Y'all should still be in school. School shouldn't even be out. It's not supposed to even be out till next week. This week. So I want to know, why were people out last week?
I mean, some schools, I guess on the county, it kind of differs, but
no. Okay, in the chat, because I know y'all come from all over. Are kids still in school this last week? Not this week, the week of Christmas. I understand this week of Christmas. I'm talking about last week. And I'm not talking about college students. I'm talking about kids. Elementary, grade school, grades kindergarten through 12.
Because, yeah, college students are out. I'm out.
Yes, college students are out. But grade school, if they're still in school, they should have still been in school the week of the 14th. They should have. This week is the week they should be out. Like their last day of school should have been this past Friday. And then they should be out this week, the following week, and then they go back the following week after that. But exactly.
We can talk about the stateroom more.
Okay, what about the stateroom?
For me, and I found out this about myself back when we were still, before we even went on any type of Royal Caribbean cruise, when we were just strictly Carnival for a minute. And I was rooming with Will, my cousin. And we had rooms that had no windows. And ever since that day, I've been like, okay, I need a window in my room, because if not, I do not know what time of day it is. And if I don't have that sunlight like coming into the room, my body's just going to be like, oh, well, it's not daylight time, just go back to sleep. And it's easier for me to go back to sleep when I don't have like an indicator of like, oh, it being daytime, which is why I was a little excited when you said there were some rooms where they had like the little windows where it's like
the fake outside.
Yeah, the fake outside.
Isn't that on the Ovation? Somebody in the chat put me, what cruise ship is that Royal Caribbean has where it's an interior, but their interiors have that fake window and it shows like technology where it looks like you're looking at what's outside. Isn't that like an Ovation or something like that? Something like that. It's like on the Ovation of the Seas or the Quantum of the Seas, whichever class of ships that have like that technology. I think is like thanks Murph, like the virtual balcony. I'm just wondering what ships are those on? Okay, Ovation of the Seas. Okay. I figured that's the Ovation is a Quantum class ship, if I remember, right? Because the Quantum class ships, if I remember Royal Caribbean's history with their ships, the Quantum class is where they implemented a lot of technology type stuff within their ship. So we'll see.
But also, I like the bathrooms more.
Yeah, I like the way the bathrooms are set up too.
And like usually, I was always worried and bothered about the shower because like it would have a little border that separated like the rest of the bathroom like from the shower, but the border wouldn't be enough to where some water still wouldn't like be on the floor, which irritated me a lot. But here on the Star, like there's enough of a border to where it's like strictly cut off to where it's like the moment you get out the shower, you get hit with like the cool air of like the rest of the bathroom and stuff like that. I think that's pretty much it. There's quite a lot of closet space.
Yeah, it is.
I will say the issue is they don't have any drawers on the closet. They have like these little black basket metal buckets, which is kind of annoying. I remember the first day we pulled it out and it made like this squeaking, like the most agitated, like squeaking noise. We're like, ooh, okay, yeah, we gotta pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't make that noise again. Other than that, it's fine. Rule of advice: the fridge is not a fridge; it is a cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any food and for whatever reason you decide to bring it back to the room, you need to eat it within 4 hours. Because I had gotten, when we ate at Izumi on day 4, I brought back the rest of my sushi.
Speaking of that, I got some little snacks in here, but this is like little veggies and stuff. You can put veggies and stuff like that in here, like stuff you would find in the supermarket cooler you know, you can put that in there. But anything that requires refrigeration at a certain temperature, like milk, sushi,
Mhm.
food, things like that, you don't want it in a cooler. You want it in a refrigerator. So
Yeah. And so the
I'm gonna eat this
and we
tonight.
talked with a waiter about that, like literally yesterday in Giovanni's, and we were asking him, we were just like, why don't we have to have like microwaves, like at least not even in the room, but at least somewhere on the ship for people to rewarm their food. And basically what he said was the process of how they make their food and everything, it I wouldn't say it's necessarily like fast food, but it's like put in an environment to where it can be made quickly because they're putting out so much food like in such a short amount of time. And so you need to at least consume it within 4 hours before like the conditions in which they held the food in before starts to like wear off of it essentially. So it could be like, for example, I think with like they had the food like sitting like 200 degrees or something like that. And then like it has to be like under like a certain amount if you need to keep it cold, stuff like that. So the reason why they don't have like a microwave or anything is because if someone doesn't warm it up, like rewarm it up correctly in the same conditions that how it was stored in before, you can have some stomach problems.
Right. And basically Royal Caribbean doesn't want you suing them saying, oh, I got sick from your food, versus no, you got sick because you didn't keep your food at the right temperature and you rewarmed it because you took food back to your room thinking, oh, I can eat this tomorrow night versus, you know, just in the morning in a few hours or something like that.
Yeah,
so
especially
that is the reason why they don't have microwaves, period. Even on the ship. Because I was like, well, why don't they just have a microwave in a common area where you can warm stuff up? And they said no, because people will take food to their room, probably have it for a day or two. Like they think that the refrigerator in their room is a refrigerator. It's not. It's a cooler, so it has a lower temperature if you notice. So it's fine for like water, beverages, and things like that, or even like little veggies. But when it comes to stuff that you have to keep at a certain temperature, they don't want you to even have it in your room and then take it and warm it up. And then when you get sick, now you're suing Royal. So
yeah, because my sushi was raw, and even then, it still, I noticed it wasn't until like I put it in the night before, because we ate in Izumi until like close to 10 o'clock, I think. And I put it in there, and I was like, oh, I'll just eat it the day before, because I just didn't want to eat the rest of it just then and there. And in the moment you pointed out that, oh, the fridge is not a fridge, it was a cooler, I'm like, oh shoot, let me go check my sushi. And I noticed the tuna like started like looking a little funny. I'm like, dang.
See, I thought she was gonna eat it that night, like later that night. You know, when it's late at night, you don't want pizza, you want something. Your cooler refrigerator is fine for that. What's up? Weird Red Silly Kid, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. What's next on our list, Alea?
It was the ship itself, but we kind of already talked about that. Or do you want to talk about that more?
No. Okay. What's the next one?
Food.
Okay, so food. I've tried all the restaurants on the icon that's on the star, so I'm going to leave it up to Alea to give her advice. From me, it's the same. Icon, star. To me, the food is the same. Now, I can say that this was my first time. Let's talk about my first that we've done together, and then you can talk about the other stuff that I've done already. So on the icon, I've done hibachi, but I never done the Azumi sushi. So we actually sat at the sushi bar and had sushi, dinner there. That was one that I experienced that was new to me. And if you sit at the sushi bar, you actually get like little special complimentary little sushi, little fixings that they do for you at the bar in addition to your meal. Their drinks was actually very good. I did try a cocktail from out of Azumi. We also did Pier 7, which I did not do on the icon. Pier 7 is like a little small restaurant that has like entrees and things like that. You can tell it's more catered towards family food, grilled cheese sandwiches, burgers, tacos, things like that. But it's more of a sit down restaurant, and it's located in Surfside. We did not do that on Icon. I don't know if they had that on Icon or not, because we didn't spend a lot of time in Surfside. So it might be something that's on Icon as well. If you're going on the Icon, just check for it. It's called Pier 7.
Just Pier 7.
It's just Pier 7.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, was there another place that I ate that I was like, ooh, I didn't eat here? No, I think that those are the only two areas that I didn't eat on the Icon that
Mhm.
I did eat. So what was your thoughts on, because you've done Chops before
Chops
on Wonder
and-
of the Seas and
and-
Utopia
And Giovanni's.
and Giovanni, and we do Chops tonight actually. So we can't give you a review on how it's going to taste, but Halea can tell you in terms of Giovanni and I guess just Giovanni is the
Well,
only other one.
I will say that if there are any food items that are prepared in the dining room, they will be prepared and if it's the same type of food item, it will be prepared differently in the special dining. Because I think it was day 2, which it was supposed to be Caribbean night, but they had Taste of Italy in the dining room, which didn't make any sense, but whatever. I had chicken parmesan that night, and I was a little irritated that the tomato sauce tasted kind of sweet, only because I'm used to Olive Garden, I guess. And I was like, oh,
Was that
hi,
Reaper?
Reaper. It was the tomato. I guess I'm just used to Olive Garden, the tomato sauce tasting a certain way. So when it was kind of sweet, I was like, why is it kind of sweet? Tomato sauce isn't really. I mean, it can be sweet, but it's not supposed to be. But when we were eating at Giovanni's and they had the food prepared. First of all, the presentation was completely different. And the tomato sauce actually tasted like how I thought it was going to. If anything, I felt like they gave you a much larger piece of chicken in Giovanni's than in the dining room. I feel like in the special dining, they put a lot of food on your plate in comparison to in the dining room. But I'm not too certain about that.
Hey, Will.
Pier 7 was fine. The lady who was serving us, she was mentioning how it was oh, I know we have other burger stations on the boat, but our burgers are the best here, so to speak. I don't know if she was just gassing them up, but my burger was not. It was alright. But I think she was specifically referring to the other burger that had all the other stuff on it. I probably could have tried that one, but I'm very particular of how I like stuff on my burger, so obviously I wasn't gonna try that one. But I had the stoked burger, and I think there was a different burger on the menu. So if you ever go to Pier 7, she said apparently that one is good.
JT?
So maybe just try that one if you ever have the chance to get in Pier 7. In Izumi, like my mom said, if you don't get into the hibachi tables or anything, try your best to get to the little sushi bar. I will say if you have a large family, don't bother. Be a little considerate. There's only so much space at the bar. But because it was just me and my mom, obviously we could fit at the bar, so it was pretty decent. But the food was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was a bit upset because I do like spicy tuna rolls, but they only had the crispy version on the menu, which it was a little twist, a little different to what I normally would get at sushi places. So it was fine, but yeah, it was pretty decent. And of course, the little food things that he gave us was pretty good. I don't know if those things were on the menu or if he just.
No, I think he just fixed it for us. It wasn't on the menu.
It was pretty good.
But they were pretty good. He made some type of little mini, look like a little taco with some lobster and all that type of. Oh my God, it was.
It had
so good.
caviar.
It was caviar. It had all kinds of stuff in it. It was nothing that I probably would have ordered myself, but it was actually good. But the Lincoln Supper Club. You didn't tell them about the Lincoln Supper Club. Did you enjoy that experience?
Yeah, it was good. I like the whole vibe that they try to not try to, but they wanted to portray.
They succeeded.
Yeah.
Think of it as the Cotton Club.
TJ and I did the supper club on the Icon that was New York themed. And then this one on the Star is Chicago themed. So you're going to get a lot of Chicago, New Orleans type,
Yes.
jazz type music there. So just so you know, is it worth it? Every freaking dime is worth all of it. And before I let Alea tell you about her experience, just know that if you don't, because it comes with a long list of cocktails, they come to you with every serving that they give you, every appetizer and every entree. Okay. Every dessert. So that can be anywhere from 5 to 7 different cocktails that you're going to taste. You're also going to get unlimited champagne pour. They'll just keep filling it up until you don't stop. You have all the appetizers. Everybody gets all the appetizers. Okay. You don't have to eat it if you don't want, but it's for you to try. It's not for you to fill up on. It's for you to taste. And then your entree you choose one entree and then you choose one dessert. And that's usually how you order it. And then they have the long list of the music that they're going to be playing. You usually have a pianist. For this one, it was a pianist. It was a
Singer,
trumpet player, singer, and the
cello.
Was it a cello or bass? He was playing bass.
Yeah, I think it was bass.
It was like bass. He was like, he had the big, it looked like the big.
The one that you stand up and play.
The one you stand up and play, that one. It wasn't like the bass guitar, but it was the bass, the big, looked like a big cello, but the bass. But that's basically what to expect. The dress code is very upscale, very formal. Think of Cotton Club. If you want to come dressed like the 20s, knock yourself out. But you don't have to. But the lady that was singing pretty much had on 20s gear. And the guys had on tuxedos, basically. So just so you know that. But what was your experience from a brief version of it? Because they'll see the video.
It was a nice experience. I think I did make a little joking pass at you that was like, oh, they put caviar and everything. I was like, it's like caviar like the rich person's parsley or something, because they literally had caviar on almost every single appetizer that we ate. I don't think it was the same type of caviar, but it was just, I noticed, I was like, okay, they got more caviar on it. Okay, that's cool. Oh, caviar again. Okay, that's fine. And I'm very disappointed that I don't like Wagyu.
Wagyu beef. Well, don't say that. The thing is, the way they made it, it was medium rare. So the way the whole purpose of the actual sample that they gave you, it was supposed to be rare. That was the whole point. Not everybody likes their meat that way. So don't say you don't like Wagyu.
I mean, no, but I asked him to cook it like how I usually get it, and I still didn't like it. It's just, I noticed with me, there's just some textures of meat that I just don't really find appealing. It's like me with lamb, because I tried
lamb is gamey.
Yeah, I once went to, what was it? I think it was when we were in New Orleans, and we went to that place where they bring out the various meats and stuff. That was when I tried lamb. I think it was specific, or I think there was also
Fogo de Chos.
I think there was also another time where we were at one restaurant. They had the lamb lollipop thing, and I tried that, and I just did not like the texture of it. And I think Wagyu is the same for me, unfortunately.
Okay. But overall, the supper club was good. It was good. Entertainment. Entertainment, as always, Royal Caribbean, 10 out of 10. Doesn't matter. The Back to the Future musical, off the chain.
We had 3 technical difficulties
at the very end. Literally the last 6 minutes of the show, there was 3 technical difficulties, basically. They was transitioning from one to the other, and the way they had the technology and everything, it was awesome. It was awesome. You'll have to see it. You'll have to see it. They didn't allow recording in there, so just so you know, you won't see that in my vlogs. And they had security literally walking around checking.
Yeah, they had signs that just says no photo. No,
and they were walking around to make sure people wasn't recording. But I probably could have gotten by if I had my Ray-Ban glasses on, but I didn't wear them. I was like, damn, I could have wore those. It got a little snippet and showed it to y'all, but Yeah.
I will say there are some shows on here specifically in the Aqua Theater. If you are trying to watch a show in the Aqua Theater, you need to like get there like an hour before the actual show starts if you want to see. Because we got there like a good couple minutes before the show started. I think we were like 15 or so minutes. And
Yep,
it
was already
full.
packed.
Because we were
Already
trying to
full.
watch, what was it, Pirates and Mermaids or something like that.
Mhm.
And the lady was just like, yeah, the showing is full. You need to like, we have other 2 showing times at like these 2 times. And if you do want to come, you need to be here an hour early. And I was like, an hour is crazy. So just be aware that the Aqua Theater, space in Aqua Theater, they fill up really quickly. So just be mindful if you ever want to watch anything in the Aqua Theater.
But their entertainment was good overall. Quest, of course, their shows are awesome. Each of the ships are going to give you different type of shows, even though they may be a similar, like if it's an ice skating show, or if it's a adult show, or if it's a musical, or if it's a music orchestra show, or if it's a singing or duet or something like that. Icon and Star is going to give you, all the ships are going to pretty much give you that, but you're not going to see the same shows on the Star that you see on Icon. They're going to be different. The actual concept of all of them are going to be different, and that the whole purpose of that is to get you to come on that ship. So they can't have the same exact thing, because then you have no reason to go on the Star versus the Icon, and the same thing vice versa. Before we continue, let me say hey. So just want to say hey, because I know I said and I waved to everybody. There were others that came into the chat. Cruz Valero, I can't remember everybody. JT. There was a couple other people that I didn't know, but I did wave to them. Travel Cake Trips, I think, is in here, but I think she's in here under Kathy and Brian. I think that's your handle name. Thank you so much for being here. Big Murph said, did y'all water get hot? It was lukewarm when I was on there. When you talk about in the shower, Big Murph, you have to adjust the actual knob. There's 2 knobs. One is to turn it on and off, and the one on the right is to make it cold, medium, or hot. We just pull that sucker all the way down to the bottom, and that's like we like it. Like TJ messed with us because he said we get in the shower in the tub like we cooking people soup, like we cooking ourselves in there. He doesn't shower with me. My husband does not shower with me or bathe with me because he said the water's too hot. He said steam is coming off of there. Steam's coming off your skin when you get out. It just don't make sense. So you just have to adjust it. But it's hot. It was hot enough for you, right? Yeah, it was hot. And we like hot. We like hot
I say it's like as hot as a shower back.
Hey, Josiane. That's right. Josiane was another one that came in. And I said, Cruz Valera, I did not see your son on here yet. And I haven't seen him all week. So my assumption is he's either off this week or he's hiding, or am I just missing him? But normally we would see him coming on the ship, and I did not see him, and I was looking for him. Yes, we disembark tomorrow, unfortunately, definitely. So like when we jumped off of this live, we'll be our dinner reservations is at 7:45 because it's 6:35 now. Dinner reservations at 7:45 at Chops. So when we jump off of here, we're going to pack up our clothes and everything and sit it over to the side, and whatever we don't get a chance to finish packing, we'll pack it later this evening.
Some people already got their luggage outside.
Yeah, they have to have their luggage outside.
We were walking
just
outside, it was like close to 5 when we were walking all the way down like the hallway to get to our room. It's like there was like 3 luggage already out in the hallway. I'm like, oh, they're ready to go home.
They ready so they can enjoy their last day, because there's nothing worse than trying to enjoy your last day. You got to get back to the room and you got to pack, and the next thing you know is late, and then you go to sleep, and then you tired waking up early in the morning. So sometimes it's just best to get the packing out the way.
I feel like it's easier when you're about to get ready for bed.
Trial Cake Trip said, you ladies look so refreshed and rested. That cruise must be relaxing. It was very relaxing. The beds were very comfortable, and I just also think it was
what contributed to the good sleep was this dark room. And when I say dark, like I said, there was no light at all. You couldn't even see your hand in front of your face at all. At all. Let me see here. Anfield Road. Okay, she must be talking to somebody. Everybody. Oh, and Scott. I know I waved to Scott. And Reaper. Don't play with sushi. That stuff is dangerous after the first day. Yes, exactly. That's why I told her don't even try. JT is here.
Usually I finish it, but I think the sushi we usually get from like Street Thai and stuff back home, I think those sushis are smaller because those sushis are like this big and you got like a good 12 or so of them.
Yeah, they gave you a good number of them. Usually you get like 4 to 6, but here you got like 8 to 10. I think it was 10. Not
I think
12.
it was 8, yeah.
Love me some sushi with pickled ginger. Let me see. Do they have the doghouse on Star Seas? What's the doghouse?
Doghouse.
Travel pictures. What's the doghouse?
I mean, the only dog I can think of is the fact of, and I was watching this on the Royal Entertainment show. They have like some dog that goes on the icon. Or
No,
something.
she said the doghouse.
I know. I'm
so
just
it
saying.
must be a place.
I don't know. We don't have a doghouse over here though.
I don't recall a doghouse being on the list for anything, Kathy. What's the best dessert? Oh, speaking of dessert, when we're talking about food, milkshakes. So they have a place called the dessert something. I have to look at it. You'll see it all in the vlog. And they have where you can get like these custom milkshakes, like, you know, like over the top with the stuff around the rim of the glass and everything. But you can also add liquor in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want just a regular milkshake or if you want a spiked milkshake, they give you options of the two.
Yeah, they got like
that.
Bailey's.
Yeah, they got Bailey's, they got vodka, they got rum, they got stuff.
They have
that
like
can put in
3
there.
types of
4.
alcohol.
They got 4.
3?
They have 4.
4. Okay, I
4
only saw
different
like
ones.
3 bottles of like 2 on the
It's
thing.
4.
And they only give you like the very small bottles. I don't think they're gonna be.
I mean, it's a 2-ounce shot.
Yeah.
It's a shot in your big thing. So
Mhm.
if you want it doubly spiked, you just have to let them and they'll just charge you. But it's $5 extra per shot.
Mhm.
Basically, it's pretty good. Let me say shout out to Pretty Timmy Restaurant Olive Garden. Timmy was not here with us on this trip. What's up, Reaper? We see you too. Travel Cake Trip. So they always bring out a lot of bread to try and get you filled up at the specialty dining locations. You know, some of that bread you got to eat because it's just good. It's just good. It's good.
I actually feel them more on the bread in the dining room than in the specialty dining. Methinks. But then again, I feel like if they do give bread at shops, I don't remember if they do.
They do. They give bread everywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't get any in Izumi.
Oh no, well, they don't really do bread.
Yeah.
But they'll give you soups. They'll soup you to death and give you other little samples and stuff.
Yeah.
Activities, escape rooms. We did both escape rooms. It's definitely worth it. Do both of them. No, we're not going to tell you the answer. We did get out of one of them. The second one, we was at the very, very last clue. And had we went about it a different way, we would have gotten out of there too. So the first one was very nice, a little more logical. The second one was you had to do a lot more critical thinking, very clever.
The first one we did was the diner.
Yeah, the diner.
And that one was personally my favorite, not only just from like appearance wise, but like the puzzles that they had available essentially. Me personally, I ended up like cheesing my way through like two codes and like one for both escape room to where there was like 2 times, like one in each escape room to where we were like, okay, I'm using context clues to like confirm like, okay, we're confident that we got 3 numbers out of the 4. I can just put the 3 numbers in there and just scroll to find the
ones.
Yeah, and I did that in the diner and it was whatever. But when we did an escape room, the guy was just like, "Did you just?" I'm like,
"Yeah,"
because we were fighting the records on the wall, and I was like, "What type of freaking numbers are you supposed to make? Like, this is more difficult than it needs to be, at least in my thing. So I was just like, we were confident of 3. Okay, well, we just put one number in.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the records.
The Star Records, which was
that
one was the clever one. You really have to think outside the box for that one. Hey Rod, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Reaper says, I wish Eventures visited Japan for sushi. I love that streaming video. Look, when we get out there, we will stream it and we will eat it. And I'm pretty sure she'll be with us because that's definitely where she wants to go. So we'll be looking at that. We'll be retired. Timmy will be retiring in the next 3 years. So most likely we'll save that trip within the next 3 years. So it won't be 26 or 27, but maybe 28. Let me see. Rod said, I'm driving. I'll tap back in when I get home. Okay, no problem. Wasabi and fatty fish roll and soy. You like that? What's he saying?
I mean, I eat like soy with my sushi, but the wasabi that stays on the side.
Okay. So shout outs to Miles Davis.
Trumpet player?
The Lou's Jazz Lounge, off the chain, gotta do it. It's a must see, whether you're on the Icon or the Star. They're 2 different orchestras, but they're all the same talented. I don't know where Royal Caribbean is getting these people. They are just awesome. We was in there. They had an Earth, Wind, and Fire segment. Oh my God, they was playing all the hits. They did it also on the Icon, did on the Star, and then they also have jazz pieces. So every person within their orchestra performs at the Jazz Lounge at some point, or they're in Central Park, or they also play for the musicals and stuff throughout the ship. What's this?
It's recreational. I didn't complete the S.
Oh, okay. So recreational activity, of course, was Crown Edge. They got rock climbing. They got mini golf. They got the Flow Rider, which I didn't get a chance to record because I like to see people wipe out. They do have the water slides. They do have cornhole.
Crown's Edge.
I said crown. That was the first thing I said.
I forgot. I didn't hear it.
And of course, they got a basketball court. You can go play tennis, handball, all those type of recreation. They even got a track to run around. They do have a gym. None of those things I was going to be doing because I'm on vacation.
They do have a spa.
They do have the spa, of course. So that's on every ship. And we got a few minutes left. So let's get with the nightlife. So nightlife, Halea did not partake in nightlife. I actually went in the club because I always had to pass through it to get to our room because I always ended the night in the casino before I go to the room. And so since our room was on, you had to walk out of the casino through Music Hall, which is the name of the actual club, to get to our room. I always pass by. And let me tell you, Royal Caribbean is not shy with their music. They play music for everybody. I'm talking about everybody from pop music, Western music, R&B music, all the way to trap music, rap music, hip hop music, all of that. And no, they are not playing the edited version. You are not supposed to be under a certain age in the club. And their assumption is if you're in the club, then you should be old enough to listen to whatever music they're playing in there. So just wanted to let you know that. So don't think that, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the kids this, and you'd be like, oh my God, I'm clutching my pearls. Did they just say that? Are they playing that version? You don't need to even be in the club in Royal Caribbean. That's all I got to say.
I did a silent party.
Well, I didn't get there yet. We're talking about the club. Now, the silent party is good. Silent party was fun. We did do the silent party. I wouldn't call that nightlife though. That's an activity. They can have that activity during the day.
I guess.
Yeah, but they do have silent parties.
We did it at night though. It counts.
Yes, it was at night. It was after dinner. That was good. Shout outs to Miles Davis. Cruz Bolero says she loved Back to the Future on the Star. What's up, Vicky? How you doing? Welcome in. Big Murph said it was so cool to see how they got the car on the stage. Tell me about it. Now, this is the thing. Did they have it where we can take a picture with the daggone car?
No, I don't think so.
That's what they need to do. They needed to have the car in the promenade so you can take a picture on it. Like that, like they have a car in one of the C's. There's a car on the Celebration. I mean, there's a vehicle on Utopia. You would think that since that is their, the car for their musical, that they would have it in the promenade or something.
I guess maybe because the props were made in different countries. So I'm thinking maybe in terms of it might just be a bit too much like to add like an extra car.
They need an extra car.
But they are not gonna move that car from the Royal Theater all the way to because when they had the Ocean Odyssey like little parade.
That's right. Oh yes, the parade was so nice.
I could tell, and this is just because I used to be in theater, but I can tell the materials that they use like for the parade were intentionally something that could easily be compacted, or it was made of like somewhat cheap material just so they could like keep it in storage to where it won't take up too much space of like wherever they're trying to store everything from like the costumes to the floats and everything, which the floats weren't even that big either to make,
Those floats, that Ocean Odyssey was the bomb. Okay. We'll share our experience about our excursion in the vlog. We're not going to talk too much about it here, but let's just say this. If you are planning on going on an excursion in St. Martin, we went on an excursion that included rum tasting, cheese tasting, culture review, learning the history about everything. And what was the fourth one?
The fourth one was also technically just culture.
Yeah, but what was it specifically?
It was by the airport.
Oh, going to the airport, going to that beach that's right by the airport so you can see the planes take off. I don't understand what a big deal is about seeing that. I can do that in Atlanta. You just be on 285 and you see the freaking planes take off. But people pay to go there to watch the freaking planes fly over their freaking heads. But not a big deal for me. But there is traffic because there are multiple bridges. There is traffic from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We spent 2.5 to 3 hours of our 3.5 hour. That's exaggerating. Out of our 3.5 hour excursion, we spent 2.5 hours in traffic.
Yeah, we were at each stop for like at most 10 minutes until we were at the rum distillery, in which only then we only got 20 minutes max.
Like literally 20 minutes from pulling up. Mm-hmm. Not 20 minutes from we let you off and you went in, now the clock starts. No, 20 minutes from pulling up to pulling off. So we did not really enjoy anything. But just so you know, if you decide to do that tour that does all of that, take the earlier one.
It was a double-decker bus.
Yeah, it's a double-decker bus. The double-decker tour bus. So make sure you get the earlier one so you could be coming back by the time the traffic starts. Just a hint.
And also that. The bus will leave you. I guess there was this one couple that didn't think they would, or they were just a little lollygallying behind or whatever, but they got left behind, and then they had to.
Then there was fussing and cussing.
Yeah, they had to take a taxi over to the rum distillery, which was our next stop, and they were like cussing out the tour guides and stuff. Like, I was like, "You left us," and da da da, and they're just like, "We honked the horn and everything.
Right.
We told you
how,
what time. They told you the amount of time that you have and what specific time your butt needs to be back on that bus." Mm-hmm. So I don't know where they went, what they did or whatever, but they got left behind and had to take the taxi to the next stop and everything. So I was like, well, but so they were able to make it back on the bus after that point. But
yeah. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you. Big Mer say, yeah, I did that and it would not get hot. I told my room steward, so I hope they fixed it for the next guest. Oh, okay. It might have just been your shower then. Let me see. Tanya, he's on his eight-week vacation back on February 8th. It's always me. Every time it's somebody on there and I'm trying to get on the ship to go see them, they're not there no more. Like when I went on One of the Seas, Ricky was on there. The Caribbean guy. awesome show, had everybody engaged when it was time to dance, like for the promenade shows. But then we got on Utopia, and I was like, ooh, they moved him on to Utopia. Well, by the time we got on the Utopia, they had just moved him off of the Utopia and put him on Ovation of the Seas. I was so mad. He had just that week before was his last week on there. So they had him on Ovation. Now he's back on the Wonder of the Seas. So I just need him to come on over here to the Star or something, because the promenade is jumping. The people are trying to get people active, but the people weren't peopling. They weren't partying. They was just looking like as if it was a show versus a party. You know what I mean? So anyway.
8-week vacation is good though. That's 2 months.
Yeah, but it's an 8-week vacation from being all the time on the ship, working every day.
I need more.
You need an 8-week
I say 8
vacation.
weeks not enough.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give him 3 months. Give him 4 months.
And Vicky, how you doing? Let me see. Big Murphy, if you get Carlos as your waiter in Chops, tell him I say hi. I will. His name Carlos. Remember that name, Carlos.
I'm not going to.
Because we go to Chops tonight. I can remember Carlos. Hot dog stands. Hot dogs are good.
That was in base camp, right?
That was in base camp.
We didn't really eat
base
the hot
camp,
dogs.
Surfside. They have hot dogs. I didn't get any because I ate enough of them on
Yeah, we
Icon.
ate the smash burgers at that stand, but we didn't eat the hot dogs.
So while I'm checking through these last few comments, would you sail on the Star again?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I feel like if it's Icon class and they have pretty much the same thing, and I feel like we've done as much as we could, other than the only things I feel like we didn't do, I feel like we could do on other Icon class ships. So it's like, I don't know. But I did enjoy this cruise, but I feel like it just wouldn't matter for me in terms of me coming back specifically on the Star. Maybe in my head, I'm like, oh, I just want to go on a Icon class ship. Like, I'll do that, because I pretty much did everything on the Star that I feel like was probably different in comparison to the other two. But then again, we didn't go on the third one, so I don't know. And I also didn't go on Icon. So there's
But
that.
Icon is the same ship. Just think it's just different shows, same.
Yeah, I'm saying,
thing,
but whatever type of differences between the three.
Oh, okay. So
I
you
feel like
can't compare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I could come back, but
Okay.
maybe try to go on the other Icon classes before I'm like, which one I'm like.
The
yeah, I'll
Oasis
go on.
classes are good. We haven't gone on the Oasis of the Seas. We haven't done that.
I did enjoy the slides on the Wander Utopia though. The big little.
Mhm. Oh, the one with the little fish, the dry slide.
Mhm.
Yeah, the dry slide was good. Reba says, how do you deal with seasickness on a bad night? Just curious. Well,
I sleep.
yeah, just go to sleep. I've only felt and got maybe motion sickness when we were on the One of the Seas.
Mhm.
One of the Seas was the only one where I was like, literally people were throwing up in the dining room.
Ooh.
Like that's how bad it was. And when you're sitting at your table, you can actually see the water in your glass like tilt all the way over. Like that's how bad it was during that time. But I've never had any other bad experience based on the number of cruises that we've been on. So
I feel like you can especially feel the boat rocking whenever they have like a destination the very next day, because the boat kind of likes to speed over to make it to the next port and everything. Because I only noticed like the boat rocking more on those nights where it's like we have a port the following morning.
they was flying. They were flying to
Also,
get there.
that one time, and again, it's just me and my cousin Will. We tried to run over to the dining room because we were late or whatever. Now that was on a Carnival, but we were running to the dining room because we were late. Do not run on cruise ships. Oh my goodness, I did not feel like. Literally, I was fine up until that point, but the moment we finished running and we sat down in our seats, I was like, "Dang, this boat rocking real bad. Is the boat supposed to be rocking this bad?" And I knew it wasn't actually rocking, but because I was running and the boat was probably like going like this and I'm like steady, yeah, it was not. It's just not a good combo. But don't people who run on the track on cruises, definitely some soldiers. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. Well, So good bet now. Just so you know, hey Dark Theme, how you doing? I wanted to say hello to Dark Theme before we get up off of here. Let me see. Okay, DT Cruz, we're trying to get into the holiday spirit. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, DT. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, we lost Big Dre. I just got notification this morning that Big Dre passed. So if you know Big Dre, I do know that Michelle did post in Facebook. So if you can go over there and just show your condolences. It's just so sad. That wasn't news that I would have expected to hear, because literally I had it on my calendar to call him right after the Christmas holiday to work on another one or two songs that I needed for some of my segments. And it was just disheartening news to hear this morning. So, just condolences goes out to the Isom family. Let me see. DT, my condolences to your partner's mom. I hope he's doing okay and stay strong. Reba said we got 2 streams going on. Vertical stream is cutting y'all faces. We try to stay in there. I know it's cutting our face, but as long as one of our faces is in there, we're okay. Let me see. Dark News said that's an authentic DeLorean. No way they're having it on display with all those bad kids on the promenade. You are right. You are definitely right about that, Dark Theme, Nathan, because them kids, it'll say don't climb, and they will be climbing on it anyway, because they were doing it on the cars on the other ships. Like, people were like, do not, and the parents just letting them do it, just watching them. Then doing that, I can't stand parents like that.
Yeah, I know the parents were a lot more, not even a lot more, because either
they were more attentive. They were more attentive on this ship.
Yeah, other than the times and the kids be running up and through the elevators, I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah.
That's why I was a bit late to come to Crown's Edge. And mind you, this is one of those endorsing parents where one of the kids was trying to like crawl on hands and feet into the elevator. It's like, get up, like stop, you're putting your hands on the dirty floor. And then the parent had to ask one of the children to hold the elevator so he could get the kid some hand sanitizer for the hands. I'm like, oh my God, I got somewhere to be. Like, why is it when I have somewhere to be?
It's always like that with the kid, always. There were some bar differences, not many at all. So don't expect a bar crawl, but I will have a bar crawl for Star of the Seas, but it will only be for the drinks that were on here that were not on the icon.
Also,
Just,
important to note that it is the holiday season. So if there were any, like, I know there were some differences in drinks, but a good portion of them were like holiday themed drinks and stuff, because Christmas is technically this upcoming week. Hanukkah was this week, like the week of the cruise. Hanukkah was this week. And they also had like a happy Kwanzaa like thingy, like somewhere else on the ship. So they were celebrating the holidays.
They were celebrating all the holidays.
And all the waiters and waitresses had like Santa hats on.
Yeah. So just so you know, they do celebrate the holidays. They did have the ship decorated. Of course, they had the balloon drop, for welcoming. I did, in the vlogs, you will see all of the decorations and all of that. They was taking pictures 7 days a week. So, regardless of how you dressed or whatever, there was always more photo opportunities. And like I said, there were some cocktails that were different. I did review them and they will be on the vlog. Good, bads, and uglies. I don't have any uglies. Excuse me, other than that excursion, but that was not Royal Caribbean's fault. But there was no bad for me. Everything was good. Matter of fact, some were great. They was either good or they were great. I have nothing bad to say about the Star. I don't even have anything bad to say about the Icon. So I'll leave it up to you. Do you have any good, bads, and uglies?
No, everything you said, I agree with. I don't have anything bad. No, nothing.
Okay.
I feel like the only bad would be figuring out how the reason why I kind of don't like being in too crowded of spaces is because of dealing with all the people. And it's not really just the people in general, it's just I'm beginning to realize not everyone has the same type of spatial awareness as everyone else. Why are you stopping in the middle of a walkway and you know people are trying to walk from both areas and you stop right there and it'd be like a crowd of people and they'll take up the whole walk? Like, move, scooch in or scooch to the side somewhere. What are y'all doing? It's like they're not aware of the fact of like, dang, I am not by myself and there are in fact other people on this planet with me that need to get somewhere else on the ship. Like, it bothers me. And I came up with this conclusion. I came up with it when I was on campus, when I first started living on my college campus. Some people walk like how they drive, and that's why we got traffic.
Anyway. Pretty Girl says, do you feel the experience on the Star was worth the price? Well, Pretty Girl, I can tell you, we didn't pay anything.
Yep.
To get on this cruise other than port taxes and fees. So I'm not really the one to say whether, well, no, I can, because I can say that if I had to pay, you want to know if I had to pay regardless, is it worth the amount that they charge? Every dollar. The ship is the destination of itself. Okay. And what I'm noticing is these Icon class ships, they only go but so many places. So they have to make the ship worthy of being the destination, because after a while, how many more times are you going to sail on it and go to the same places all the time, right? The same ports. So they have to make the ship to where you will want to come and enjoy, and you still won't be able to enjoy everything. And when I say enjoy it, I mean actually sit down and relish in it, bask in it, the whole environment, maybe for an hour or whatever, or two or whatever. You can't do all of that on just 7 days. A ship like this, you really need at least
2 trips.
10 to 12 days is a good enough time to say I was able to enjoy the Star, or I was able to enjoy the Icon in its totality. Meaning you got a chance to see all the shows. You got a chance to do all the activities. You got a chance to just sit and relax. You got a chance to sleep in. You got a chance to eat at all the restaurants. Just to be able to do all of that, you need at least 10 to 12 or maybe even 14 days to do so. Is it worth the price? Yes. To me, yes. Would I have paid this amount to go on the Star? I went on the Icon, and so if I had been on the Icon, then I probably wouldn't have duplicated the funds to go on the Star. But if you've never been on either one of them, yes, the Star is very much worth the money for it. But if the Star is a little bit too pricey, you can always go on the Icon. Most of the stuff, 95% of the ship and what they have is going to be duplicated. Outside of course, the shows are going to be different. Like you got Wizard of Oz on Icon Musical versus Back to the Future on the Star. You got the New York Supper Club on Icon. You have Chicago on the Star. So you see what I mean? So you're still going to get similarities of the shows. They're just going to be different because they don't want those to be the exact same. So yes, it is worth every dollar. Definitely worth every dollar. And do understand you're not going to be able to enjoy the whole ship in 7 days, because I've been on the Icon twice, plus the Star. That's like saying I've been on an Icon class ship 3 times, and I still feel I need one more time to actually feel like I totally enjoyed the whole ship. So, all right. I think that is it, you all. Thank you so much. Let me see. Okay, Tanya and little Tanya going on the big screen. Okay. I'll see you. Just walked in the door. Been listening the whole way home. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, everybody. That is it for us. We actually went over by 6 minutes longer than what we planned. We totally enjoyed it. Thank y'all for joining our live. We wanted to give this review. stay tuned for the vlogs. I will be posting the Crown Edge this evening. And so that way it'll be here for all of you. You all have a good evening. You have anything to say to the peoples?
What did I say?
Oh, what Dad say? Okay. Don't be trash.
Live your best life.
There you go. See? There you go. See y'all. Yes, Scott, you need the Cruise Royal. See y'all. And hit that like button. Thank you. Thank you so much, Controversial Cruising. Thank you so much, Scott. And because you are on here, because you sent some money. So hold on a second. Where's my, here we go. Yeah.